Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and having a great day as usual. It has finally happened. Japan's SBI group has finally launched their cryptocurrency trading platform. One of Japan's premier banking services, SBI Group, has launched a virtual currency portal. This comes after its talks with Ripple to launch a platform based on XRP in January of this year. When they talked about opening in January, they said that they would have the exchange open by February. There would be no delays. They said the same in March and April. And then I believe in May, they said they were also going to launch. And then they had some type of partnership or something like that. They dissolved the partnership. And this is where we are now. The portal in question is located at the domain sbivc.co.jp. The launch has also been previously mentioned to offer trading for major cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, and of course Ripple, according to a report by Business Insider Japan. However, it is important to note that they will support XRP exclusively at launch, as evidenced by the About page only having data for XRP. I think this was part of the stipulation of them. I don't know who went to who first, but part of the stipulation of them launching a cryptocurrency exchange was that they would only list XRP for quite some time. And there's still rumors. I mean, it just launched a couple hours ago, so no one knows exactly what's going on yet. That XRP would actually be the base currency for the exchange, but none of this is confirmed at this time. The name of the SBI group behind this project marks the entry of one of Japan's biggest institutional players moving into the cryptocurrency space. They are the leading financial service company in Japan, with one of their subsidiaries handling over 4 million brokerage accounts. President and CEO Yoshitaka Kitao said, "When we do it, it will be number one in the blink of an eye so quickly. So even if a tremendous number of customers come, we could build a system that can bear the workload." On Ripple, Kitao said that XRP has a very clear use case, saying, "XRP is faster, cheaper, and more scalable than any other digital asset. I strongly believe it will become the global standard in digital currencies." I can already feel the people giving me downvotes for having read that sentence. The exchange promises to offer reliability, speed, and transparency, combining the knowledge of the SBI group and the security along with a world-class matching engine. This has been so hyped up for literally since January. I can't even begin to explain. If you looked around or if you are kind of into Ripple, you have definitely seen news about this over the last couple of months. To finally have it launched is a bit of a relief because they've been talking about it for quite some time. What exactly is going to happen with this, we don't know. When they first announced that they were going to be launching this, Binance was already on its way up. And the guy behind this said that they are literally going to take over Binance, not buying it, but they would, they will be the leading cryptocurrency exchange in the entire world. Like I said, they have a lot to live up to. This kind of also coincides, if you remember a day or two ago, I made a video about Brad Garlinghouse talking about that the price of XRP would not be coupled to the price of Bitcoin for much longer. And I assume he, more than anybody else, probably knew that this was going to be launching when it did, which is now. So we're still in the weekend. So let's see exactly if this does anything to the price of any of the coins. But like I said, I'm extremely just to have it out of the way. So it doesn't have to be focused on so much anymore. But let's see. I think Monday will be the deciding factors to see if the prices of all the coins go up. Because as we are in the weekend, the market tends to slide sideways as everyone is sleeping, relaxing. I have no idea exactly what's going on. I tried to look at the website completely in Japanese except for a couple of words. And it doesn't seem to be any area where you can actually switch it into English. So like I said, let's see exactly how SBI does over the next couple of weeks. IOTA is in the news about an enormous amount of upgrades. It's really actually kind of crazy. Lately, IOTA has been mentioned for their activities. May was filled with events, and June has a lot more to offer. In the month of June, IOTA is going to run a few major campaigns and activities, such as updating more information of Trinity Wallet, the most awaited Cubic project, IXI, hub release, the first round of ecosystem grantees, and a comprehensive AMA with the IOTA Foundation. So this includes IOTA circulated recorded framework to give a more elevated amount of effectiveness in the administration and following of UN reports, supply chains, and value-based installments progressively, which currently is available to UNOPS and their partners. IOTA propelled its testnets to be specific SpamNet, CanaryNet, and testnet number 1. They changed to the most recent form of their testnet and called it DevNet, while they expressed the old rendition of to be a mainnet light. A combination of blockchain and biometrics is IAMPass. It is a move up to Tango Blockchain 2.0 form and is another approach towards personality and access administration on all levels. The newest launch has been the Trinity wallet of IOTA. Clients will have the ability to utilize the new wallet in their work area and their portable gadgets. The wallet will furnish new clients with a guide and data, with the end goal being to maintain a strategic distance from issues which are typically faced by new clients. That was lightning in the back if you heard that. You probably should have heard that. One of IOTA's biggest issues that they had over the last couple of year, was that people were complaining that the wallet was not working. When they tried to load the wallet, it wasn't working. When they finally got the wallet loading, apparently some people said that they have that their IOTA went missing somewhere on the network, somewhere in the tangle. It got tangled up. Who knows exactly what's going on? No news on if these people ever got their coins back, but I know one of the biggest issues with that, people were having major issues with the wallet. So with the launch of a new wallet, let's hope that they kind of got it together and are moving forward clearly with all the upgrades that they have been having. Next up is news from Litecoin. They also have upgrades. Litecoin project has announced the release of Litecoin Core version 0.16.0 on May 31st, 2018. The upgrade has stirred excitement in the community of Litecoin. There have been major changes in the version, including new bug fixes, enhanced performance, and upgraded features. Litecoin Core 0.16.0 has been through levels of testing before it was released. The users are advised to upgrade their software for further usage. The development highlights are the changes in the wallet, support for pruned nodes, SHA-256 optimization, GUI changes, RPC changes, and changes in the low level. Of course, why not? Litecoin Core is an open software allowing access to the Litecoin currency. It is maintained by the development team of Litecoin and was released under the license terms of MIT. The chief upgrade is the complete support for SegWit wallet and interface of users. The SegWit addresses created are added to the wallet. The SegWit keys get implicit redeem script added automatically, and the pool keys begin use and transactions get their redeem scripts added to the wallet file. The default version of hierarchical deterministic HD wallets will be upgraded. Tell me if you guys understand any of this, because this is a little bit over my head. It also has new flexibility in the wallet directory. The previous database of the wallet was stored at a top level of the Litecoin data directory. There's also support of pruned nodes, BIP 152. A new save mempool RPC is added by default, and a safe mode is disabled by default as well. Because why not? I assume all these things were definitely needed. Good to hear that Litecoin is still in the news. They have such weird... obviously, other people besides Charlie Lee are the only people not clicking away, dealing with Litecoin. But you don't hear from them for such a long amount of time. And that out of nowhere, they have a 2-week period where they're constantly in the news. I don't know if they or Charlie Lee is trying to get back in the game. There was something a couple of days ago where there was like a huge event that was happening, and someone was chatting with Charlie Lee. I almost said Larly Lee. I was looking at the word Litecoin. And it's really weird. They were asking him what he thinks about Litecoin, and he said he's really bullish. He loves the entire project, and then he kept on mentioning Bitcoin. So the guy was asking him. He said, "What do you think? What coins are you holding? Right now in the cryptocurrency space, because you've boasted about so many other projects." And he said, "I really am all for Bitcoin, and I like Bitcoin." He said, "What coins are you holding?" He said, "Just Bitcoin and a little bit of Litecoin." And I plan on buying more Litecoin, and I'm probably gonna mine more Litecoin. He's like, okay, that's kind of weird. He kept on saying these really odd things. He kept on saying no, and then he kind of divulged later in the meeting that he was trying to get back into Litecoin. Let's see exactly what ends up happening. A lot of people aren't too happy with Charlie Lee, but the project is still moving along. At least it seems so this way to me. Coinbase is in the news today. Catherine Hahn, board member of Coinbase and HackerOne, claimed that cryptocurrency and blockchain will not see regulation for years. TechCrunch reported on May 31st. Hahn made her statements on regulation at the Code Conference in California. I guess this took place about a day or two ago. Hahn drew parallels between the internet and crypto, claiming that in the early days of the internet, users called for one single regulatory body, which never took place. As per Hahn, crypto and blockchain are following the same scheme of their development. She further pointed out that if regulation would have been developed a year ago, it would have already been outdated due to the rise of ICOs. That's completely true. Hahn, who is also a professor at the Stanford Graduate School of Business, argued that there cannot be any regulation in the crypto field until regulators gain a solid understanding of how it works. Hahn stressed the need to wait and see how the technology develops, adding that regulation should not outpace understanding. Today's statements echoed those of Mike Lempress, Chief Legal and Risk Officer at Coinbase, who said during a congressional hearing in March that the U.S. regulatory system is currently harming healthy innovation. Without a doubt, completely true. Lempress said there's a lack of understanding of what is allowed and how digital assets are considered under the law, either as securities, commodities, property, or money. If you guys have time to YouTube or Google any of the recent meetings that has happened with the SEC or the CFTC, or even there's a meeting that also happened between the people of Ripple and I want to say the UK Parliament. When you listen to the questions that they ask, it's actually a little scary because you can kind of tell that they really don't get it. 4 weeks ago, when they were having the discussions with Mark Zuckerberg and they were asking him about Facebook and they were asking him about data and how data is stored, you could tell that these people probably sent one email in around 1997 and have no idea what's going on. When they ask things that are going on in the regulatory space, what's happening in cryptocurrencies, how cryptocurrencies are passed from one person to another, you can tell that they literally, like this guy scratching his head, they don't know what's going on. And it's really, I want to say worrying. I commend them at least a bit that they've been trying to learn exactly what's going on, but you can tell, I'm not sure if it's a generational gap, but they don't really understand. They don't understand. I will never forget when Warren Buffett called Bitcoin Bitchain and said that it had no uses because they don't understand. Maybe they're just playing innocent, but it's really kind of weird. And this is why I am. So when it comes to regulations, we keep hearing so many different news coming out from that. I think what's going to end up happening is that a number of coins, Ripple, Ethereum, and Bitcoin exclusively, will get some type of not even legal framework. I think they're just going to be classified and then things will kind of continue to move on because they don't know exactly what's going on in the space. They don't know how to classify any of these coins. I think if this continues on, I think the market has about a good 3 to 6 months before it stops caring about, before it stops caring about the SEC and the CFTC declaring coins. Like I said, bad news can only happen for so long before people end up, people just stop caring because the market is going to go up at some point. People want it to go back up at some point. People will eventually stop caring. But this has been echoed by a couple of people. We've heard that we won't get regulations anywhere from, 2 months to 48 months? Because they literally have no idea what any of this stuff is. And especially for the talk when they were asking about, I can't remember which coin or which people behind what coin they were talking about. They were asking such really ridiculous questions. They were asking, well, who owns Bitcoin? And they had to explain that no one owns Bitcoin. And they said, so then who controls it? They said, how is it created? And they were answering these very simple questions and they couldn't wrap their heads around what miners were. They said, okay, so who do the miners work for? They work for themselves. But how are the miners making money? It was all scary to watch because I don't know. I don't have any parallels to compare it to, but This is why I hope that people in the crypto space end up forming some type of regulatory board where they can advise people around the world, because if this is the case, crypto is not going to go anywhere over the next couple of years if these people do not get it together. So, according to Robert Sloimer, he says Bitcoin has finally bottomed out. Sloimer, the chief technical strategist at Fundstrat, believes the number one cryptocurrency will soon begin to recover. The crypto analyst pointed to international trade tensions and the developing situations in Italy as some of the reasons behind the imminent Bitcoin revival. I haven't read a lot exactly what's been going on in Italy, but something's happening, and a lot of people have been saying that this is going to be a huge boost to Bitcoin because of what happened in, oh gosh, what's it called? That European country a couple years ago. I always forget things, and you guys always fill it in the comment section below. Can't remember the name of the country. When the entire financial market crisis happened in 2008 and everything kind of fell apart, this was the country that kind of propelled Bitcoin forward, at least I think so. Speaking via telephone with CNBC, Sloimer identified $7,000 as the bottom price level for Bitcoin. He said, when we step back, we see the first phase starting to happen. We think Bitcoin is starting to bottom off some very key support around $7,000, and we think it's going to start a recovery process here. According to Sloimer, I don't want to say his name wrong, Bitcoin has declined several times in 2018, but has hardly ever dropped below $7,000. The only exception was the start of February 2018, when Bitcoin prices plunged to $6,000, its lowest level since November 2017. Towards the end of May, Bitcoin prices fell to $7,000, but didn't slide below the $7,000 threshold. Sloimer believes this is a positive development for the number one cryptocurrency, saying, if Bitcoin had indeed found a stable bottom price limit, then the next step would be a price rally. In December 2017, Bitcoin prices reached a record high of $19,500. However, 2018 has been a challenging year, not just for Bitcoin, but for the entire cryptocurrency market as well. I was listening to a podcast earlier while I was on the train, and what I think a lot of people don't pay attention to, or not that they don't want to pay attention to, we have an issue in the cryptocurrency market in that so many people dumped into the market when Bitcoin hit $10,000, like I said before in another video. No one paid attention, at least my friends and family didn't pay attention to crypto when it was $200, $500, $800, $1,200. The moment it hit $10,000, a lot of people started dumping into the market. When it hit $15,000, when you had an avalanche, if you look at the chart, it was a crazy week and a half. It might have been the most euphoric week and a half of my life. And by the time we hit around $18,000, the sky was the limit. There was nothing that told us that Bitcoin was going to fall back down. Podcast that I was listening to, the guy was saying, so many people don't see the bigger picture because a large amount of people who are in the market right now got into the market when it was around this price. By the time we were scratching the ceiling of $20,000, it started falling down, and everyone who had dumped their money into it started losing a record amount of money. I do see your comments in the comment section below. Believe me, I do read them from time to time at least. And a lot of people are very upset because they threw their money into it when it was around here. He said, for people who got into the market early enough, especially last January, I think the price of Bitcoin was less than $1,000. He said, so if it's sitting around 7,000 right now, you have still made a 7x profit, if not a tiny bit more. So he said all the people who are causing the most, stomping around the most, who are the most upset, are people who got in around this price. He said everyone else, we've still made relatively healthy gains, but a lot of other people who are just gotten around here, they need to see some type of price increase in order to feel confident about the market again. This guy who I can't remember his name, I've never been so I've never been so hyped up in my life over a cryptocurrency than when this guy was talking. I wish I could find the name. If I do end up finding it, I'll post it in the comment section below. The things he was talking about that are going to be happening to Bitcoin, and he was talking about second layer solutions and Lightning and other things that are coming to the coin, and the reward being cut in half, and the reward after that being cut in half. He was saying that him and his firm, they're mining tons of Bitcoin as well. He said that he's been inside of it since 2012. They've done all the calculations. He said they are certain at this point that if you are holding, what did he say? He said he's certain by 2020 it's going to hit at least $250,000. Then at some point during 2020 it'll hit $500,000. He said by the time 2030 rolls around, They're expecting a Bitcoin price of around $10 million. This is around the same exact time when I told you guys people were analyzing the price that it would cost to actually mine one Bitcoin, and it comes around to $1 billion because how many people are expected to start mining and dumping themselves into the market. There was something I was listening to before, and they were saying if you literally hold 0.01 Bitcoin, you will be set for life, which is kind of absurd to think about. But if we end up having a price of $10 million per Bitcoin, I guess it kind of speaks for itself. Who knows exactly where the market is going, but this is all going to get a very insane at one moment or another. This is actually the fourth thing that I heard like this. I can't remember the other ones. There was actually 4 people in the news today. I'm not even joking. 4 people who all had this same exact thing to say. So I decided to focus on this guy. He looks the most important with his tie. And they were like the exact same thing. It was very, very odd, as if this was all coordinated in some sort of way. But they were all saying they're fairly certain that Bitcoin, not that it won't go any lower, but 7,000 seems to be the exact bottom. Bitcoin is literally screaming to people, it's time to buy because the market is ready to go back up. Let's see exactly if this is going to happen any time soon. So, Holland's ITB2 data center has set up a cryptocurrency mining lab for Bitcoin and Ethereum, according to a report by Emercy Thursday on May 31st. They said the main purpose of the lab is to test the impact of blockchain technologies as regards their energy consumption and infrastructure cooling. The cryptocurrency lab will be housed in a 1,500 meter square. That's around 16,000 square feet, I think. ITB2 data center's Apeldoorn location, which opened in 2013 and has power usage effectiveness PUE value of 1.08, according to Emercy report. PUE being a ratio measuring the efficiency of a computer's data center's use of energy. According to data from the European Commission EU Science Hub, the range of average PUE for European data centers is between 1.6 and 1.8, putting ITB2 well above the average in terms of efficiency. Niels Hensen, director and owner of ITB2 Data Center, said that they chose to test crypto because they want crypto, and they said it is the most well-known and now widespread application of blockchain at the moment, as well as the reason that the money earned by crypto mining helps offset the cost of running the lab. I'm going to assume if they have an energy efficient lab, especially if it's running on solar, they're going to be mining a lot more cryptocurrencies. I don't know if you guys have been hearing the stories over the last couple of weeks. I definitely have, of people who are mining cryptocurrencies like in their job. Like people are working in like sneaker shops and they're mining in like the back room where all the other employees are. Someone else got caught in a, like, I can't remember where it was. It wasn't one of Google's data centers. Major data centers, like, you know, the ones that you see like with all the sleek black computers that go on forever, and they're like these, you know, 3 or 4 meters tall, and you know, they're really like fancy looking. Someone got caught mining cryptocurrency there, and apparently they were making a huge profit because, you know, they were using these like mega computers. But someone noticed that something was off when about 80% of the computing power was going to just one source. I'm still always, I always wonder how many people are mining crypto, especially even, whatever, I'm going off on a tangent again. I was going to say like my next door neighbors. I always wonder who knows about crypto and who's mining it in their backyard, or who has like a solar panel and they're mining it in their room. It's always very something, it's fascinating to think about, at least for me. Last up, I think this is one of the coolest things that has come out this week. Japanese technology firm GMO Internet Group has developed a new mobile app that lets users earn Bitcoin simply by playing games, the company said on Thursday. According to an announcement, the new app, called Crypto Chips, why not, will initially be integrated with a real-time territorial battle game also developed by GMO called Whimsical War. By playing the game on an iOS or Android device, very important, starting from August of this year, users can be rewarded for Bitcoin based on their ranking and missions achieved inside the game. Rather than using on-device mining to earn the cryptocurrency, players will receive their Bitcoin rewards directly from GMO. I wonder exactly how many they have and how much will be rewarded to players. The firm kicked off its own Bitcoin mining operations in December of 2017 and is also slated in August as the deadline for the launch of its cloud mining service. Oh, that kind of makes sense. I guess they'll be using the profits from that. The tech giant said in the announcement that it hopes to encourage the public to become familiar with cryptocurrencies via the new app, since users will need to use their own digital wallets and receive and use the Bitcoin. GMO indicated that moving forward, it may include support for more cryptocurrencies within the app and also expand its integrations across other mobile games. I'm not going to lie, I am probably going to be playing this game, whatever it is, just because I'm curious to see exactly how much I can. I'm online, I'm on my phone all the time anyway. I'm sure a lot of you are as well. And I wonder if it's like you get like 5 a day, €3.50 a day. I wonder exactly what it's going to be. But I spoke about this because I think this is how crypto adoption will end up spreading. The video game market is a lot larger than a lot of people care to really know about. If you know, there are like digital tournaments happening all over the place. The moment we start having like any type of e-game conference where the prize is in cryptocurrency, I think the world is going to literally lose its mind. So if this company is large enough and this app kind of takes off, you can only imagine that other apps will also start doing this, especially, I mean, even if you are giving people $150 a day, people are going to be playing these games regardless. People play other games. They're not making any money from it. So I think this will be one of the major steps that will cause crypto transactions to also increase, because these things will also start going through the blockchains, and also just crypto adoption in general. Like I said, whenever this game comes out, I'm definitely going to be playing it. I wish we had, or I hope that we eventually have more games like this. I don't care if they are built on Ethereum, EOS, Tron, Codius. I literally don't care. I want more crypto-based games because I like the idea of crypto having use cases like this where people are being played. People are being paid in cryptocurrency for doing things that they already do every single day, because this will only help to increase adoption. It's kind of like, I don't know if you've, not segueing again, I don't know if you've ever seen those apps where people get paid to lose weight. There are like 45 of them online. So paying people in crypto in order to play games is going to be an absolute game changer, no pun intended. Alrighty, everyone. That's definitely going to do it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'm very excited for some reason. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it was me listening to that podcast or just hearing news that the market's going to go back up. You know, we hear it every single day or week. I've noticed people in the comment section below getting upset with me because they think I'm making these predictions. I read these out for a reason, and I tell you that other people said them for a reason because it's not me. I like to keep hope alive. I don't know what it is. I'm sorry that so many people have become so disillusioned with the market. I wish I could help you. I'm trying to help you with these news stories. The market will eventually go back up. I can't tell you when or if you should sell your coins. I've seen a lot of people in the comment section saying that they have sold all their coins. When the market, in my personal belief, goes back up, there are going to be a lot of very upset people. I saw a couple of people saying that they lost about 2K. They sold all their money, all the crypto that they had. Good luck to you. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys have a great weekend, morning, afternoon, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I hope it's absolutely amazing. Thank you once again for watching. Thank you once again for all the support. Let's see if SBI actually does something. They have hyped this up way too high to say that they're going to be the biggest cryptocurrency exchange in the world. Let's see what happens by Friday of next week. And I will talk to you all soon. See you.